Good morning, Mr. Reagan. Thank you for taking the time to visit us today at the Grand Hyatt. I hope you had a pleasant journey here. Please, have a seat.
Good morning, Miss Sarandon. Thank you very much for having me. It is an honor to be here. The Grand Hyatt's reputation is truly outstanding, and I am excited for the opportunity to speak with you.
The pleasure is mine. I am Susan Sarandon, Director of Rooms. I oversee front office, housekeeping, guest relations, and concierge. Today I want to learn about your experience, your leadership style, and how you can help us maintain the highest luxury standard at Grand Hyatt. To start, in your own words, what are the main responsibilities of a front office supervisor at a five-star hotel like Grand Hyatt?
Thank you. In my view, the main responsibility is to be the heartbeat of the hotel. At a luxury brand like Grand Hyatt, it is not just about checking guests in and out. It is about leading the team to create personalized, memorable experiences. I oversee daily front desk operations, manage staff performance, resolve guest complaints with empathy, and ensure every interaction reflects the elegance and care of the Hyatt brand. I also act as a bridge between the front desk and other departments to ensure smooth operations.
How do you handle a guest complaint, especially when the guest is very upset?
First, I remain calm and listen without interrupting. I believe upset guests just want to feel heard and respected. I apologize sincerely and specifically. For example, instead of saying sorry for the trouble, I say, I sincerely apologize that your room was not ready upon arrival. I understand how frustrating that is after a long journey. Then I act immediately, offering a solution, compensating appropriately, and always following up personally to ensure the guest is satisfied. Follow-up is what separates good service from great service.
I agree completely. Follow-up is often forgotten, but it is everything in luxury hospitality. What experience do you have with reservation management systems like Opera?
I have over 5 years of hands-on experience with Opera PMS. I can manage reservations, modify bookings, process check-in and check-out, run night audit reports, and handle complex billing situations. I have also used HotSOS for inter-department communication and Syncsys for central reservations. At my previous hotel, I was the Opera super user and trained all new front office colleagues on the system.
How do you ensure accuracy with cash handling and guest billing?
Accuracy is the foundation of trust. I ensure my team follows the verify twice, post once rule. Every transaction is confirmed verbally with the guest, and a printed receipt is always offered. I conduct random spot checks on floats, review end-of-shift reports, and investigate any discrepancies immediately, not to blame, but to correct and train. I also ensure that postings like minibar or restaurant charges are posted promptly to avoid bill shock at checkout.
How do you prioritize tasks during a very busy check-in time?
I use the triage method. First, I ensure every waiting guest is acknowledged. A smile and eye contact go a long way. Then I delegate clearly. One agent handles express check-ins, one handles inquiries and phones, and I focus on solving problems like room blocks or system delays. I keep moving, supporting wherever the team is stuck, and I never let the queue panic affect my tone or body language.
What would you do if you noticed a team member struggling to complete their tasks?
I would approach quietly and ask, "How can I support you?" I'd never correct or criticize in front of guests or other staff. I would help them clear the immediate pressure, and later, in a private one-on-one, I would review the procedure with them. Sometimes it is a training gap. Sometimes it is just a difficult day. A good supervisor knows the difference and responds with patience, not pressure.
How do you motivate your team during slow periods?
Slow periods are golden opportunities. I use them for micro-training, 15-minute sessions on handling VIPs, foreign currency, or emergency procedures. I also rotate site duties so no one feels stagnant. One agent may update guest preferences in the system. Another may deep clean the back office or organize the lost and found. Keeping the team engaged keeps morale high.
How do you handle shift handovers to ensure nothing is missed?
I am very strict about handover quality. I use a live handover method where the outgoing supervisor briefs the incoming supervisor face-to-face, not just through written notes. I ensure the handover log includes pending guest requests, VIP arrivals, maintenance issues, and any unhappy guests who need follow-up. I also check that the float count is accurate and the desk is reset for the next shift. A clean, organized handover sets the new shift up for success.
Can you describe a time when you went above and beyond for a guest?
Certainly. We had a repeat guest who always booked a standard room. I noticed in his guest history that it was his daughter's 10th birthday. I took the initiative to upgrade him to a suite complimentary, arranged a small cake, a handwritten card, and a teddy bear from the gift shop. When he checked in, he was emotional. He later wrote a 5-star review mentioning that they remembered my daughter. That is luxury, attention to detail.
How do you ensure the front desk team provides excellent, personalized service?
I train my team to read the guest. Not every guest wants a long conversation. Some want speed and efficiency. Some want warmth and connection. I encourage them to use the guest history profile. If a guest previously requested extra towels or a quiet floor, we action that before they ask. I also hold a daily 5-minute lineup to remind the team about in-house VIPs, repeat guests, and special occasions.
How do you handle a situation where a guest is unhappy with their room, but the hotel is completely sold out?
I start with honesty and empathy. I say, I sincerely apologize that the room is not meeting your expectations. Unfortunately, we are fully committed tonight, but I want to make your stay as comfortable as possible. I then offer immediate tangible compensation, a complimentary dinner at the hotel restaurant, a spa credit, or a significant future stay discount. I also provide physical comfort items like a fan, humidifier, or roll-away bed if needed. Finally, I personally manage their reservation for the next day to move them to a better room as early as possible.
How do you handle VIP guests, such as celebrities or high-profile corporate clients?
VIP handling requires discretion, anticipation, and precision. First, I review the VIP profile in advance, preferences, past issues, arrival time. I pre-block the room, coordinate with housekeeping for special amenities, and brief the front desk team not to treat the guest differently but to be extra polished. I also inform the concierge and restaurant if the guest has dining preferences. Privacy is paramount. I ensure no team member posts photos or discusses a guest publicly. For me, a successful VIP arrival is one where the guest feels special but not exposed.
What would you do if the hotel is overbooked and we have no room for a guest with a guaranteed reservation?
This is the most difficult situation in our industry. I would first apologize sincerely and explain the situation without hiding behind excuses. I would immediately arrange and fully pay for a comfortable 5-star hotel nearby, provide complimentary transportation, and personally escort the guest if possible. I would also offer a substantial future stay credit or a complimentary weekend stay at Grand Hyatt to restore their trust. My goal is to make the guest feel cared for, not walked.
Describe a high-pressure situation you handled at the front desk.
We once had a complete system outage during peak checkout hour. The PMS was down, and we could not print bills or encode key cards. I immediately switched to manual mode. One agent hand-wrote folio balances, another verified payments manually, and I stood at the lobby entrance greeting guests, apologizing personally, and offering coffee and water. We kept the atmosphere calm. When the system came back online, we processed everything quickly. Not a single guest left angry, because they saw we were in control and cared about their time.
How do you deal with a difficult or unruly guest?
I stay calm, low tone, and never argue. I move the conversation away from the front desk to a quiet area so the guest can express themselves privately. I listen fully before responding. If the guest becomes aggressive or poses a safety risk, I involve security immediately, but I always phrase it as, I am asking security to join us so we can find the best solution for you. Safety of my team and other guests is my first priority.
How do you ensure smooth operations during check-in and check-out?
Preparation is everything. I coordinate with housekeeping every morning for real-time room status. I pre-block rooms based on guest preferences. For checkout, I ensure the team pre-prints bills and slides them under the door the night before so guests can simply drop keys and go. I also station a greeter at the lobby during peak hours to direct guests and reduce congestion at the desk.
How do you maintain strong coordination with housekeeping and maintenance?
I believe respect between departments is essential. I have daily brief huddles with the housekeeping manager to align on room inventory and early arrivals. For maintenance, I train my agents to log detailed requests, not just AC not working, but AC in 1204 blowing warm air, set at 18 degrees but room feels 24. This helps engineering fix issues faster. I also visit the housekeeping and engineering offices regularly, not just when I need something.
How do you contribute to revenue generation from the front desk?
Front desk is not just a cost center, it is a revenue center. I train my team to upsell room upgrades tastefully. For example, instead of saying, "Do you want an upgrade?" we say, "Mr. Smith, I see we have a beautiful deluxe suite available with a direct ocean view and access to the Grand Club Lounge. The additional cost is only $80, and it includes breakfast and evening cocktails. Would you like me to reserve that for you?" I also track upgrade conversion rates and reward the top performing agent monthly to motivate the team.
How do you handle a situation where a guest requests something that goes against hotel policy?
I explain the policy with empathy, not authority. For example, if a guest demands a late checkout but we are sold out, I say, "I truly wish we could give you the room, but we are fully committed tonight, and the arriving guest specifically requested this room type. However, I can store your luggage and offer you access to the spa-changing facilities to freshen up before your flight." I always offer an alternative, never just a rejection.
What is your approach to handling guest data and ensuring privacy?
I treat guest information like it is my own. I enforce a strict clean desk policy, no folios, credit card imprints, or personal details left visible. I ensure my team speaks quietly when discussing guest information. I am fully trained on GDPR and local data privacy laws, and I ensure all new hires are trained on confidentiality during onboarding. A data breach is a breach of trust.
Grand Hyatt serves guests from all over the world. How do you ensure your team respects cultural differences?
Cultural sensitivity is a core competency in luxury hospitality. I train my team to never assume, ask respectfully. For example, not all guests are comfortable with direct eye contact, and some guests have specific dietary or religious needs during Ramadan or other observances. I keep a cultural preference log in the guest profile. I also ensure my team represents diverse backgrounds and that every team member feels respected regardless of their nationality, gender, or religion. Inclusion starts with the team, then extends to the guest.
How do you feel about new technology like mobile check-in and digital keys?
I embrace technology because it enhances the guest experience. Mobile check-in and digital keys give guests freedom and control. However, technology should never replace human connection. I train my team to use technology as a tool, not a shield. For example, when a guest uses mobile check-in, the agent should still greet them warmly and ask about their journey. Luxury is high-tech and high-touch.
How do you stay updated on industry trends and best practices?
I am a continuous learner. I subscribe to Hotel News Now and Skift. I am active on hospitality LinkedIn groups. I have completed several courses on the Hyatt Global Learning Portal, including service recovery and leading teams. I also believe in learning from peers. I attend industry webinars and local hotel association meetings. I always bring one new idea back to my team.
Where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
My immediate goal is to master the front office supervisor role here at Grand Hyatt. I want to be known as the leader who elevates service standards and develops future talent. In 3 years, I hope to be ready for the assistant front office manager position, contributing to the strategy of the entire rooms division.
Ronald, you have given very thoughtful and detailed answers. Now I would like to invite you to ask me any questions about Grand Hyatt or this role.
Thank you, Miss Sarandon. I have 2 questions. 1. How does Grand Hyatt measure success for the front office supervisor? Is it primarily guest satisfaction scores, or are there other key performance indicators? 2. Could you tell me a little about the current team I would be leading? Are they experienced agents, or is this more of a development-focused team?
Excellent questions. We measure success through a balance of guest satisfaction index, specifically the arrival experience and check-in experience scores, as well as team engagement scores, audit compliance, and EPSL revenue. The team is a healthy mix. We have some very experienced senior agents and a few newer colleagues who need strong mentorship. Your leadership would be essential in bridging that gap. Now, one final question for you. Why should we choose you, Ronald, to lead the front desk team at Grand Hyatt?
Because I do not see this as just a job. I see it as my calling. I bring the technical skills, the leadership experience, and the operational discipline. But more importantly, I bring genuine care for the guest, for the team, and for the brand. I understand that at Grand Hyatt, we are not just processing transactions. We are hosting guests from around the world, creating memories, and upholding a legacy of luxury. I am ready to uphold that standard and inspire my team to do the same, every single day.
Ronald, it has been a genuine pleasure. Your answers were clear, confident, and aligned with the Hyatt brand of care. I am very impressed with your leadership philosophy and your attention to detail.
Thank you, Miss Sarandon. I truly appreciate your time and the warmth you have shown me today. It would be an honor to bring my experience and passion to the Grand Hyatt team.
We are continuing interviews this week, but you will hear from our talent acquisition team by Friday next week regarding the next steps. Do you have any final questions before we close?
No further questions, Miss Sarandon. You have been very clear and generous with your time. Thank you again, and I look forward to hearing from you.
Thank you, Ronald. Have a wonderful day and safe travels.
Thank you. You as well. Goodbye.